Hey, so you know the story of King Leonidas, right? The guy who led 300 Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae and became one of history's most legendary warriors? Yeah, we all know the Hollywood version. This is Sparta and all that. But there's a part of Leonidas' story that isn't so glamorous. A darker side, a secret that history doesn't always talk about. All right, first, let's get something straight. Sparta wasn't exactly a paradise. I mean, sure, they had their warrior culture, and they were all about honor and glory on the battlefield, but beneath that tough exterior, there was something darker. You see, Sparta's entire society was built on the backs of slaves. Helots, they called them. These helots were brutally oppressed, and every year, Spartans would declare war on them just to keep them in line. Leonidas? Yeah, he was part of that system. So, while Leonidas was this symbol of strength and honor, he also ruled over a society that was incredibly brutal, not just to enemies, but to its own people. And that's just the beginning of the story. You've probably heard all about the famous Battle of Thermopylae. Leonidas and his 300 Spartans held off tens of thousands of Persians in a narrow pass, fighting to the death. But here's where things get interesting. There's a little-known detail about that battle that most people miss. You see, Leonidas knew from the start that this was a suicide mission. He had a secret, one that he kept even from many of his own men. The Oracle of Delphi, that mystical priestess who was said to communicate with the gods, had given him a prophecy. She told Leonidas that either Sparta would fall or a Spartan king had to die. And Leonidas? He accepted his fate. But what if I told you that this prophecy, this supposed divine message, wasn't as pure as it seems? The Oracle of Delphi was notoriously corrupt, often manipulated by powerful figures who could bribe her to deliver prophecies that suited their agendas. So, was Leonidas' death really destined by the gods, or was it a political move? Now, don't get me wrong, Leonidas' courage was real, his sacrifice, absolutely legendary. But the more you dig into this story, the more you start to wonder, was he just a pawn in a larger game? And what about his relationship with his men? They followed him into certain death, believing in his leadership and in Spartan honor. But did they know he was marching them into a battle they couldn't win? After Leonidas fell, the Persians eventually overran the pass. But here's another part of the story that often gets overlooked. Sparta didn't send reinforcements. They didn't try to save him. Why? Well, some historians believe it was because the Spartan leaders back home wanted Leonidas to die. He was too popular, too powerful, and his death was a convenient way to get rid of a potential threat to their control. Imagine that. The man who gave his life to protect Sparta might have been betrayed by his own people. That's the dark side of leadership in ancient times. Loyalty wasn't always guaranteed, even for a king. At the end of the day, Leonidas' story is one of heroism, sacrifice, and yes, tragedy. But it's also a reminder that even the greatest heroes often live in a world full of secrets, betrayals, and hidden agendas. The truth behind the Battle of Thermopylae might be darker than we thought. So next time you think of Leonidas and his 300, remember, there's always more to the story than what meets the eye. Until next time, keep digging into history's shadows. Who knows what other secrets are waiting to be uncovered? Like and subscribe the channel for more interesting videos.